Thank you for joining us for another half hour streaming to you live now on CBS News Texas. I'm Brooke Katz.
And I'm Keith Russell, and we are here. We are here.
We have moved outside. We're outside the studio now, and we are whipping up some delicious barbecue for you guys, and we're going to tell you how to do it as well. We're joined right now, pitmaster extraordinaire and also the owner of Meet You Anywhere Barbecue, Andy Cedeno. Thank you so much for coming out here.
Thank y'all so much for having us. It's been an awesome morning, beautiful weather. What a way to get Memorial Day weekend started.
Now, you've been busy out here. You've been cooking up some stuff.
Yep.
You've had some chicken, some steak, some fillets, all kinds of good stuff.
Absolutely.
And I know a lot of people are going to be grilling. So what's
Correct.
like your number one tip as people start preparing their meats for Memorial Day?
You know, I think, as we mentioned earlier, plan, get the cuts that you like best. Make sure that once you get ready to cook them, let them rest at room temperature for about 10 to 15 minutes minimum so that it'll cook evenly. You can always cook more. You can't cook it less. And then we did the little test tip, remember, on the temperature.
Yes.
So we had the little
You
deal
show
on your hand.
fist, so let's show everybody how to do
this. So if this was well done, you release the pinky, that would be medium well. If you release the second finger, that's medium rare, and then rare on the rare push. Okay, so we're going to test it on this steak here. You tell me at home what you think this steak is, based on the push.
Is that rare?
That's rare.
That's exactly right.
Rare.
Yeah.
Very good. So very easy tool that you can use at home. Very simple to use.
And
So
what's
wait a minute. The heat is supposed to trigger your reflex, in other words?
What?
Like, wait a minute. Back it up for me.
Yes.
Yeah, go to the,
You're
I knew when you pointed that was rare, but I was like, wait a minute. If it's that hot, should it, like, my pinky kick out?
Well, here's the key. Like a teacup. No. So actually, once you pull it off the grill, just like you let it rest prior to, so it would grill evenly, you're going to let it rest after it cooks for about 10 minutes.
Right.
And so you can see the juices releasing. And
Yeah.
so still at that, even after it's been resting a little bit, you can still tell it was a rare push.
So like you're going by the way that your hand feels
Touch and
right
feel.
here.
Because the
Touch and feel.
last thing you want to do is use a biotherm on there and poke it and prod it, and all the juices are going to be released.
God.
So everything you've challenged yourself to do to make the perfect steak, you don't want to ruin it by poking a hole in it.
They
Right.
Andy, they call me slow roast.
That's okay.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, and so that brings me to another question that I want to
Exactly.
ask, that we've got some people who have messaged in, want to know the difference
Right.
between grilling and smoking, and we have both going on
That's
here
exactly
right
right. Now, so depends on the nomenclature, right? You could call it all a barbecue. You could go to a barbecue. You could eat barbecue, but this is grilling, and on this pit would be smoking, right? So low and slow, hot and fast.
All right, but have we got anything going in the
we
pit? Can
do.
you show us
So
this
as
pit?
earlier that we prepped everything, we've got sausage that's come off. We've got our briskets that have come off.
Look at that sausage.
Look at that. We got our turkey breast that came off
Oh,
earlier.
I tried some of that turkey.
Look at
That
these.
turkey is
Look at
amazing.
these ribs right here.
Oh, we tried the ribs.
We tried the ribs. Remember
Yeah.
what we were looking for on the ribs? The bend.
Wow.
Okay.
Those are fall off the bone.
Yeah.
Whatever
The-
piece falls off in half, Brooke, that's your half. The
No,
other half
I
is
don't
my
think
half.
it works that way.
Okay. Look at the size of these chickens. So these are our chickens at the restaurant.
Wow,
Okay.
that's
this is
a
a
whole
half.
chicken.
This is a half a chicken.
Okay.
So it's about the size of a full rotisserie sized chicken at the big department, grocery stores. So keep in mind, all these items are readily available for you. If you have a catastrophe, call Meet You Anywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
I mean, yeah, we're the go-to. We're
That's
the
it.
go-to.
Or if you're not a cook, if it's
Right.
not your thing.
If you want to beat the heat, just let us do the sweating for you.
The
So-
other thing I wanted to mention too, you actually do pitmaster classes from time to
We
time.
do.
So if people are interested in learning how to create wonderful cuts of meat just like this, you can teach them.
Exactly, because right now with technology and all the different pellet smokers and all that, they've got apps. You can go to the grocery store and go shopping. To me, I think the essence of barbecue, grilling, and all that, it's about the camaraderie, it's about the companionship, it's about hanging out around the fire, learning techniques, and it's kind of like our kids. If you're so connected that you're disconnected from the process, so get your hands dirty, come back in, write some notes down, and figure out what you did that go round, right?
Hey, Andy, you
Yes.
talked about kids. In the last half hour, you
Yes.
talked about your kid.
Yes.
Your daughter graduates from South Lake Carroll High
Yes,
School.
Tinley, yes.
That means she's a very intelligent young lady, first of all.
Absolutely, yes.
Secondly, when she says that all she wants as her graduation meal is your food,
Right.
How humbling is it from the heart? How humbling is it to know that a lot of people turn to you as an expert in something we all enjoy, which is barbecue?
I tell you what, what an amazing blessing to be able to feed people's souls, right?
Yeah.
To be able to make such an impact, and to know that your daughter would much rather have your food than to go to a big steakhouse or anywhere else. So it's I guess we raised her right.
And speaking of your kids, I want to take a minute to talk about the seasonings that you have here, which are very special. You were telling me a little story during a commercial break about how you wanted this to be a family business.
Correct.
You got your kids involved. Tell me a little bit about that.
So when we got started with the company, I'd lost my job, and I thought, we're going to incorporate the kids into it somehow, some way. They'd grown up in the industry, and I said, let's get the spices out and let's make some seasonings. And they're like, okay. They're like, what are we going to do? So we're going to start your own little seasoning company. We're going to have to buy it from somewhere. So they got their little legal pads out. They were 7 and 9 at the time. They put the seasoning in there, stuck the little fingers in there. I said, is that it? Yeah. We cooked for the neighborhood. Everybody loved it. We took the seasonings to lab and then got it packaged. And they are 18 and 20 now.
Wow.
My son is at ASU in Arizona State Business School. My daughter's getting ready to go to SCAD, the Savannah College of Art and Design. And this is their college fund money, man.
And I love this. I want to turn this around because if you see the name GT Blends, right?
GT
Spice.
So that's Grant and Tinley. That's their little spice blend company.
That's
so we're really proud for them.
That has to make you happy.
Proud for you.
And I mean, proud for you too, because you were also telling me you lost your job. How hard was it for you to kind of reinvent and start a business like this?
Well, I mean, clearly it was devastating, but then when you look back on it, you had faith in God, and just that's obviously the door that was open for us, and we just kind of ran with it.
That's awesome.
It was a challenge for all of us as a family, and but it's been an amazing ride, an amazing blessing, and here we are. So.
Hey, Andy, we talk a lot about the things that have to go right when you prepare delicious food, especially whether you're barbecuing, whether you're grilling, or whether you're slow cooking.
Correct.
What is the one thing you tell people do not do when it comes to a nice family barbecue?
Don't get ahead of yourself, guys. If one stick is good, don't think that 5 or more are better. And that's what guys do. Is like, oh gosh, I'm behind. I've got to throw more wood on the fire. And so that's the last thing you want to do, because I'm literally, this weekend, people show up and they're like, Dad burned the brisket again.
You don't want to do
and it
that.
happens. I'm not kidding, man. And they're like, I said, what happened? I've seen this kid for years come to the restaurant when we first opened. He's like, I said, there's no way. He goes, yeah. He did it again.
No.
And I'm like, okay. He said, I just tell him, just go to meet you anyway. We do anyway.
Right.
So it's kind of funny.
Takes all the headache out of it. Okay, so we talked a little bit about how you prepare your meat before you grill it. What's your number one grilling tip as you're working on your either grilling or smoking?
Honestly, just, with the, depending on the cut of meat that you're looking at, is always staff the grill, because we have a tendency to walk off thinking it's kind of going to do its own thing, and you'll have flare-ups. So the main thing is make sure your grill is clean before you use it, that you don't have any, because that's how you have pit fires, that's how you have grill fires. It gets out of control. So you got to manage that piece of it. And really just kind of like smoking as well, it's pit management, right? So you're really kind of managing your grill, making sure it's clean before you put any meats on there. And then get your timing down. Like we said earlier, that 1 inch ribeye, we literally marked it 3 minutes, 3 minutes, flipped it, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, and we're done. We let it rest, and
that's it.
That's perfect, right?
And it was delicious.
Yeah.
It was
delicious.
Really,
keep it simple. Keep it simple.
And one other question I have too. So people are going to be out. They're going to be cooking this weekend. Inevitably, there are going to be some leftovers. Do you have any advice on how, like, say you have a delicious filet, but maybe you didn't get all of them eaten? What can you do the next day to kind of maintain the tastiness of it?
So on any meats like this, actually how we handle it for shipping. So we ship internationally, and we literally send our pepper tenderloins out like that. And the key to reheating anything like that is hydration, right? But a roasting bag. If you're going to reheat it in the oven, a roasting bag will keep the moisture in it. So if it's rare, honestly, for a tenderloin, I wouldn't necessarily cook it anymore, but say for brisket or ribs or turkey or chicken, a roasting bag in the oven is the best way to keep it moist. It'll actually bring the smoke flavor out because it starts steaming in there, right? So you're kind of heating it from the inside out.
And most people we know just like to throw things in a microwave.
Correct.
They like to throw things
That's
in a
what I
microwave.
do.
Correct. And it's a food safe way to do it for sure if you're going to do it that way. Nothing wrong with it. But if you want to get the essence of that flavor as you remembered eating it that first day, the roasting bag is the way to go.
Okay, can we cut this guy open though?
Let's do
I
it.
want to
Let's
see
do
what
it.
we're
Let's do it.
working
Let's
with
do it.
here.
Waiting for
I
it.
have
Let's
it.
do it.
I'm sitting here and I'm salivating
Yeah,
over it. I
well,
love
ready?
You're
tenderloin.
formulating great questions, but your mind is like, when do we get to
All
the
right.
eating part?
No, I can't see, Keith. You're in my way. Get out.
All
Get
right.
in there, bro. Get in there.
So was that the perfect rare cut that we talked
I
about?
would say
Wow.
so.
Right.
I mean, can we taste test
Because that's
it?
not, you see, that's the thing. For me, that's not like, there's not blood all
No.
over the carving
no.
board.
Exactly.
And it's not cooked to death. Because that's
Exactly.
the one thing that kills me is when
Yeah.
somebody overcooks a really good piece of steak.
Here we go.
Wow.
Keith,
Wow. Wow.
We give it our test of approval.
let's do it.
Oh my gosh.
That is like melting. That is melting.
So
It's not hard.
yeah. So now you know why
I feel
Tinley
like I'm-
wanted that for her graduation present, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad is a pretty good steak cooker, but I got to tell you, I think that's better than his.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that
thank you.
took you how long from start to finish?
So we literally seared it about 6 minutes. Same way like we did the ribeye earlier. Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Andy, that's amazing.
Thank you very much.
I've been eyeing them sausages too. You close that thing up behind you.
You better open that back
Let's
up.
get 'em one. Let's get 'em one.
Oh, man.
Let's go. I'm
Y'all,
telling
I
you.
think the food
Let's just
coma
do it
is
now.
about to go down.
Let's
We're
just
gonna-
do it now. So I've got,
Okay,
this
I'm
is
all
our
in for
German.
This is the best part of the day.
All
This is the
beef.
best newscast ever.
I saw that sausage. I was like, looking at all those links.
So
they're
what
ropes.
else is in there? Yeah,
They're
they
not
are.
links, they're ropes.
All right,
Okay.
are we taste testing
Yes,
this too?
this is the
Okay.
German here.
That's yours.
That's mine. Why is that one mine?
You always ladies first.
Oh,
Always
okay,
ladies
that's
first.
fair.
German.
Thank
You
you.
bet. You're welcome.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So hot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So
That
good.
is juicy.
Isn't that good? And this is the crowd favorite. This is our jalapeno cheddar.
I was going to
Oh,
say, that's got a
okay.
little kick to it.
That is
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So-
nice.
You have to talk to.
Okay. Andy, I will say that we know how special this holiday is.
Yes.
I mean, for a lot of people,
For sure.
it marks the end. For a lot of kids,
Yes.
now it's time to have fun. Now it's
Yes.
time to reflect on what they learned
Exactly.
for these last few months in school.
Correct.
For a lot of families, it's time to get back to, now that we are officially in post-COVID.
Correct.
It's time to get back to families being families.
Correct.
Families being able to get together, being able to fellowship and have communion inside their homes, and more than just 1, 2, 3, or 4 people.
Exactly.
It's time to barbecue.
For sure.
That brings everyone together. How much do you relish this time for everyone to get together, especially when you consider what we've all been through over the last few years?
I think it's an amazing blessing that it just so happens to be Memorial Day weekend. It's the end of school and the end of another chapter for us as families. And what a better time to celebrate all those that fought for our country, gave their lives, the ultimate sacrifice,
Yeah.
so that we as independent business owners can literally live that American dream.
Yeah.
So it's amazing, to see it all come to fruition, to have my 2 kiddos in college, to have them be a part of the business, to have you guys here welcome us to your home here and welcome us to your viewers. It's been an amazing blessing. So thank you so much.
Well, Andy Cedeno with Meet You Anywhere Barbecue, it has been an amazing blessing to have
Thank
you
you,
here in the
guys.
parking lot. I
Thank
know
you.
we've got some of our staff
Yeah.
lining up because
Yeah.
they want to try some
Oh
of
yeah,
this
we're
too.
going to throw down soon.
But thank you. We appreciate you taking the time to come out here
Absolutely.
today.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank you, Andy.
You bet. See
Thank
you
you.
guys.
All right, we're going to send everything back inside.